Yo, what's going on, dudes? HK Titan here with a brand new video for you guys, and in today's video I have something a little bit different planned for you guys, and we're going to be taking a little bit of a break from our map creation series, and we're going to be jumping into some actual gameplay. So if you guys remember, a couple of episodes ago I wanted to see if you guys wanted to see me go to a super high round on the longest map made for late game, and it seems like a few of you guys out there that actually want to see me go past round 300. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing for today's video. So if you guys missed the video where I actually made this map, make sure you guys go check out that video, because this was a really fun map to create, especially since we hit the prop limit like 8 times. So the first thing I'll start off with is I'll start off with a dart monkey, and then of course I'll grab my hero and Zilly as well. Now the fun thing about this map is that we could probably go all the way till round 40 just with these two towers right here, because that's how long this pathway is. So the main reason why I made this map, and the reason why I designed it as the longest map, is I really like the maps in Bloons TD6, but none of the maps that are the original BTD6 maps, they don't really have the purpose in mind in order to go late game. Like, I think logs and cubism are like the only two maps, well, resort 2, but those are like the only 3 maps that like you can go to super late game, but even those maps really aren't designed to go like super late game. So that's exactly why I designed this map. So it's going to be really fun to see what round we can actually make it to on a map that's designed to go late game. Now, another really good thing about this map is that we shouldn't have to worry too much about like farming and stuff, because like the pathways are super long, so we shouldn't have to worry about like missing out on any money. Now, the really cool thing about this map is that we should be able to place down a bunch of farms all along the outside of the trackway. So this is one of the things that I wanted to design with this map that I thought would be really cool, is if we made it so you could place farms all along the outside. Now, it's probably not the best positioning for farms, because odds are it would have been a little bit better if we could like line up a bunch of farms. That way, when we go for like our Monkey-opolis, we could go ahead and get like a bunch of banana farms in the Monkey-opolis. But because this map is so long, it really shouldn't matter too much on the position of the banana farms, because like I was saying, we really shouldn't struggle at all when it comes to farming. So I'm not going to bore you guys too much with the early game, as the only thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to grab as many banana farms as I can before round 40. And because we really don't need to worry too much about our defense, because our Zilly and this dart monkey should last all the way up until round 19, because this map is so long. Like, in case you guys didn't know, this map, the balloons are going to do, I believe, like 3 passes on this side, and then 3 passes on this side, and then they're gonna go through the middle here 6 times before they actually leave the map. So like I was saying, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to farm all the way up until like round 30, and then after round 30 I think I'll grab a little bit more of a defense, because it is taking a little bit longer to pop all of these balloons than I would like, but at the same time it really doesn't matter too much, because we're here to go late game. We're not here to like try to do it as fast as possible. All right, so round 25, we are starting to get a little bit of issues with a couple of these balloons, but I mean, a Zilly and a 000 dart monkey lasted all the way up until round 25 before we actually had to upgrade it. So we'll go ahead and upgrade the dart monkey up to a crossbow, and now that we have the crossbow, we should be able to make it all the way until round 40 with just a 023 dart monkey and our Zilly, of course. Now, one thing I'm gonna buy really quick, I'm gonna buy myself a sniper, because because there's like red balloons that like keep avoiding getting popped, and because our dart monkey and our Zilly are way up here at the start of the map, I just want to have a little bit of added defense to kind of like speed things along. I know I said this isn't about speed, but I mean, when it takes like 30 seconds for a red balloon to go around the entire map, I definitely wanted to pop it a little bit faster. All right, so round 37, we have a 7320 banana farms. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my dart monkey up to a sharpshooter now. That way we don't have to worry about round 40. I don't think we would have had to worry about it to begin with, but I just wanted to be on a little bit on the safe side. So I went ahead and I bought myself a dart monkey, again, just to be a little bit on the safe side. So now the next thing I want to do, I want to go ahead and grab myself a couple of monkey villages and start prepping to go for a Monkey-opolis. Now, we're not going to go for a Monkey-opolis until we grab our first BRF. But I just want to get the position of these 2 monkey villages down first. Yeah, so pretty much as expected, the Moab balloon on round 40 didn't even stand a chance. So let's go ahead and jump into some free play. Now, from this point on, I'm just going to be upgrading all of these banana farms up to BRFs. And then as soon as I have all of these farms upgraded to BRFs, then I'll start grabbing a couple more, and then I'll start going for a Monkey-opolis. Actually, I told a little bit of a fib, guys. I'm not going to be going for these BRFs, because I also forgot that we also need to go for the Navarch of the Seas. So right now, I'm going to start going for merchantmen. And we're going to start by buying 20 merchantmen. And then after we have the 20 merchantmen, then we'll go for a trade empire. And then after we have our trade empire, then we'll go for a bunch of flavored trades and stuff. And this is just to give us a little bit more money, as well as start getting a little bit of money made by our Monkey Buccaneers. That way, our Monkey Buccaneers, or our Navarch of the Seas, is going to end up being like Paragon degree 100. All right, so we have our 20 merchantmen placed down. So like I was saying, I'm going to go ahead and start saving up for a trade empire. The main reason why I want to go for my trade empire like right now is that way all of our merchantmen are going to be making more money. And then after we grab our trade empire, we'll go ahead and grab ourselves all of the flavored trades that we need as well. And then after we have all of our favorite trade or all of our flavored trades, then we'll go ahead and buy ourselves 10 central markets as well. That way we make a little bit more money from all of our merchantmen. Now, for those of you guys who are thinking, man, there was such a better way to go about this, I'm not like super try-harding this. I'm just like having fun, like just chillaxing while playing this game, because the main goal isn't to like min-max or to like get a vengeful sungod before round 60. The main goal is just to make it like past round 300 and actually even further than that. Like my goal first is of course to make it to round 300, but I'd like to go to round 400. The only problem is of course going to be lag. So we need to be like really careful and selective about the towers that we choose, because of course we don't want to have to put up with that lag, because that lag can get really annoying real quick. Also, I realized one itsy bitsy mistake. I'm gonna want to sell one of these flavored trades, and then I'm gonna want to rebuy the flavored trade over here, because I want to make sure that I keep one slot open for our Navarch of the Seas. And I want to make sure like our Navarch of the Seas is like more towards the center here. That way with its big range, it should be able to like damage all of this area over here, and it should be pretty effective. And also we should probably start thinking about grabbing a little bit more of a defense for round 63. So maybe I'll upgrade my Dart Monkey up to a crossbow master to get it a few more pops. Let me see. So round 61, we'll go ahead and we'll buy our crossbow master on round 62, because we should get enough money between all of our merchantmen as well as all of our farms in order to buy the crossbow master in like one round. And if we can't, it's not that big a deal. We could always just like buy ourselves a recursive cluster. But I really wanted to like stick to only using towers that are gonna have paragons, because I really want to make sure that we can get paragon degree 100 for all the paragons. All right, so right now we have 8 central markets. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start going for our Monkey-opolis, because I'd like to replace a couple of these BRFs with a couple of these marketplaces, because I feel like these marketplaces will make us a little bit more money than the BRFs in the early game. And I kind of wanted to like stick to what the whole point of this map was, and I want to like make it so all of my farms were on the outside of the map instead of like taking up space on the inside. Like the Monkey-opolis is obviously going to be an exception, because the Monkey-opolis is like, this is like a really good spot for it, because like we can suck in a lot of BRFs. So that's like the whole reason why I'm going for my Monkey-opolis like right here. So because unfortunately we weren't able to like make it on the outside of the map and it be as effective as it could. All right, so that should be more than enough for our Monkey-opolis. So $40,000. Yep, that's gonna be a nice one. All right, let's go ahead and upgrade this monkey village up to Monkey City as well. And then let's go ahead and buy the 2 central markets that we're missing. And let's also go ahead and sell this one. That way we have all of our central markets on the outside. Then after we have the central markets, we'll go ahead and grab ourselves the Banana Central as well. All right, so there's our 10 central markets. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves our Banana Central. And now that we have our Banana Central and we have pretty much the entire outside of the map covered in banana research facilities, I don't really want to place anything else. We'll go ahead and upgrade one of these up to a Monkey Wall Street to make a little bit more money. And then because I'm not going to be placing any more farms, I'm going to go ahead and sell this banana. Actually, no, I think I have a little bit more room down here. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a Monkeynomics too. And now that we have our Monkeynomics, so let's go ahead and queue that up to a tech bot. That way we don't have to worry about collecting those manually. There we go. Like, we don't have to go like super crazy when it comes to our farming or anything like that, because like I was saying, we're going to super late game. The most important thing is getting pops or like collecting money with all of our towers that are gonna end up being paragons. So that being said, let's go ahead and buy all the towers that are going to be paragons. We'll place ourselves the glaive lord like right here. Let's go ahead and grab the glaive lord, and then let me see what other paragons do we have. So that's all for primary. Let's also grab ourselves, we can grab ourselves like a flying fortress. But before we grab the flying fortress, let's also give our towers a little bit of a buff as well. And we'll grab ourselves a village. We'll go ahead and grab like Monkey Intelligence Bureau. We don't need to grab like Homeland Defense or anything like that right now. It's just we want to start going for a couple, or start getting pops on a couple of the paragons that are going to take a while to get like pops and stuff. All right, so we have the Apex, the Glaive Dominus, the Goliath Doomship. We have the Navarch of the Seas. Let's go ahead and grab the Magnus Perfectus, and then we'll place the Magnus Perfectus up here. And then let's also grab the Grandmaster. Well, we're not going to grab the Grandmaster Ninja. We're going to grab the Grand Saboteur, because the Grand Saboteur is going to get way more pops than the Grand Saboteur. And also, speaking of pops, I shouldn't have gone for the Glaive Lord. Instead, I should have gone for this Boomerang Monkey and upgraded up to Moab Domination, because the Moab Domination is going to get way more pops than the Glaive Lord. And then what other paragons do we have? Okay, so we have the Magnus Perfectus, we have this. We also need to start going for the Master Builder too. So on top of that, we're also gonna have to grab the Sentry Champion. Actually, you know what? The Sentry Champion's good, but you know what's gonna be even better is if we grab ourselves the Triple XL Trap and we place the Triple XL Trap right here. That should be able to collect a lot of bananas. And then because I know we're gonna need it, let's go ahead and grab ourselves an Ultra Boost. And then let's go ahead and start Ultra Boosting our Banana Central. And then after we Ultra Boost our Banana Central, I'm probably going to grab myself a Super Monkey and then throw the Super Monkey in the middle of the map. And then start overclocking the Super Monkey too. And then because you know what? Because we already have all of the Monkey Buccaneers, let's also grab ourselves a Pirate Lord too. And because I know this tower is going to be really, really helpful, let's also grab ourselves the Energizer. That way it reduces all the cooldowns of all of our towers. So now that we have all of these towers, there's actually one more thing I want to do, and I want to grab myself the Alchemist. Let's also grab ourselves a Permabrew too. Now that we have all of these towers, there's nothing else that we really need to do other than like just sit back and relax until we have enough money to, or not enough money, but enough pops to grab our first Paragon. And also, because I know I'm going to need to move around a couple of my towers, I'm going to go ahead and grab myself an Absolute Zero down here in the bottom. And I'm going to position myself a Special Poperations down here in the bottom. That way, when I have to move my towers, I already have the tower placed down. And I don't need to I don't have to worry about like buying it later on in the game. And actually, guys, I thought about it a little bit, and we do need quite a bit of money. So I'm actually going to grab myself a couple more BRFs. That way we can make a little bit of extra cash. Because in order to upgrade all the Paragons like Paragon Degree 100, we are going to need quite a bit of money. So in order to make sure that we have enough money, I want to go ahead and grab all of these farms. Now, I'm not going to like be grabbing like farms up here or anything. That way it doesn't interfere with like placement of towers. But having a couple more BRFs is definitely going to come in handy. And we're already on round 100. So guys, do you guys want to know like the good and bad part about like playing to late game on custom made maps? Is you don't have to worry about the game stopping every 100 rounds, because you don't get Insta-monkeys in free play on custom made maps. I'm not sure why you don't get Insta-monkeys in free play on custom made maps, but that's just something that I just noticed. So it's going to take quite a bit of time in order for us to get all the pops on all of our towers. So I'll go ahead and bring you guys back as soon as we have our first Paragon that has 16.2 million pops. All right, dudes, so here we are on around 147. Our towers are still doing really good, but I think it's about time we go for our first Paragon, because our Goliath Doomship, or our Flying Fortress, is already at 19 million pops. So let's go ahead and buy our Goliath Doomship down here in the bottom, and we'll sacrifice the maximum amount of money that we can to our Goliath Doomship. And if I'm not mistaken, Paragon Degree 90, what? How is it only Paragon Degree 90? I mean, I'm not going to complain too much because I still don't know how like the full like Paragon mechanics work. But I definitely thought I was going to get a little bit of a higher degree. That's a little bit upsetting, dudes. But again, I really can't complain too much because I probably didn't buy enough tiers for the Flying Fortress, because I think the Flying Fortress needs 100 tiers in order to get Paragon Degree 100. So that's something that we'll keep in mind for the next Paragons. Now, it really doesn't matter if like our Flying Fortress is like Paragon Degree 100 or Paragon Degree 90, because the Paragons are really only good against the Boss Bloon, and our Vengeful Sungod is going to end up having more pops than all of our Paragons combined anyways. So speaking of our Vengeful Sungod, let's actually start going for our Vengeful Sungod now, because the Bloons aren't making it too far, but they are getting to the point where they're starting to round this corner, so I want to have a little bit more of a defense in the back here. So let's go ahead and sell these these banana farms, and then we'll start going for our Vengeful Sungod. All right, and we have everything in place for our Vengeful Sungod. So let's go ahead and buy him. And then after we have our Vengeful Sungod, I'm also going to be grabbing myself a support temple as well. That way we can go ahead and buff up our Vengeful Sungod. So this is like the whole reason why I wanted to like place, or this is like the whole reason why I had the balloons go through the middle of the pathway, because now they pretty much have to go directly through our Vengeful Sungod, I think 6 times before they can actually leave the map. So this is actually like a super good spot for our Vengeful Sungod. And I do believe, okay, so we need to rebuff our Vengeful Sungod with the Alchemist. But first things first, let's go ahead and move our Alchemist up top here. And then I'm going to want to like put our support temple, I believe, like down here. I want to make it so, yeah, so right here should be fine. Or actually, you know what? Let's make our support temple over here. That way it's buffing all of our towers. Oh, dude, like this is like the whole problem of like trying to place down a support temple after you already have all of your towers placed. All right, so let's move all of our towers over here on the right-hand side. And if I have to rebuy the Monkey-Apocalypse, I'll rebuy the Monkey-Apocalypse. It's not that big a deal. So right here should be a really good spot for our temple. It shouldn't suck up any of our towers. So we'll place the temple right here, and then for the sacrifices for the temple, we'll go ahead and make it so the Mad is our first sacrifice. And then we'll also sacrifice ourselves the Superstorm. And then because I really don't care about like overspending for sacrifices, I'm just going to grab a Super Mines. And then let's go ahead and grab ourselves the Sun Temple. And this is going to be a support temple, which is going to like massively increase all of our towers popping power, as well as it's going to decrease the amount of money that we have to spend on towers as well. So now that we have, oh my goodness, dude, like we're not gonna be able to see a thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and come over here to accessibility, and I'm gonna scale down the effects. That way we can actually see what's going on the screen. Like if it looks a little bit weird, it's just because I turned off the effects. So taking a look at all of our towers, so the next tower that should be getting pretty close to getting the Paragon is going to be our Ninja Monkey. So for our Ninja Monkey, I'm thinking that I want to put like the Ascended Shadow like right here. So I want all of the Paragons as close to the center of the map as we can get them, because that's where they're going to be most effective, right? And it should be getting about that time when we should be going for the Navarch of the Seas too. So you know what? Let's actually do that right now. Let's go ahead and go for the Navarch of the Seas. That way we can make a little bit more money, and we should be able to suck up quite a few balloons. Now we'll sacrifice the maximum amount of money that we can to the Navarch, which is going to be $1.5 million. And Paragon Degree, dude, what's up with this Paragon Degree 89? Like, I know we had well over 100 tiers, as well as we definitely had over 16 million, or well over like the amount of money that we need to have made. So why is it only Paragon Degree 89? Like, I'm definitely gonna have to do a little bit of research into the Paragons a bit more. That way I can like know for sure like how many sacrifices we need to have, because that's just a little bit annoying. So now, because we have the Navarch of the Seas, unfortunately it's not as high a Paragon as I would have liked it to be, but it's still fine. Let's just go ahead and rebuy all of our flavored trades. That way we can go ahead and make a little bit more money. Like, I almost wonder if it's even worth it to like invest all of that money into the Paragons. Like, should I just like instantly go for the Paragons like right now, instead of like waiting? I mean, if we sacrifice the maximum amount of money, I mean, there's still going to be a pretty high Paragon degree, right? But then again, we might as well wait. I mean, nothing happens for being greedy. Let's just go ahead and wait a couple more rounds for them to get all their pops. And there we go. We have all 20 of our flavored trays as well as our trade empire placed back down. And we'll be making double the money that we were before from our flavored trades. Now, honestly, we should be able to make enough money to where we should be able to replace this Navarch of the Seas eventually. Like, it's crazy to believe that we're already on round 191 and the balloons can't even make it past this top left corner. Like, our strategy is so good that we don't have to worry about any of the balloons even making it through the map. Like, I have a feeling that we're going to be able to make it to round 300 and we won't have to worry about any of the balloons. And, like, I think by the time we make it to round 300, the balloons are just going to, like, start making it to, like, the first time where they're going to be going around the map. Man, the more I think about it, the more I realize, like, this is an absolutely absurd map, guys. Like, obviously, I'm not min-maxing or anything right now. Like, if I were to, like, min-max, there's a really high probability that we would be able to make it to around 800. If we, like, min-max positioning all of our support temples, if we got Paragon Degree 100 on all of our Paragons, as well as we position all of the towers correctly. But now that we're on round 194, our BRFs are losing their effectiveness. So in order to, like, reduce it down on a little bit of lag, I'm going to go ahead and sell all of our BRFs. And then we'll keep our central markets because our flavor trades are still making us money per round. And then we'll also keep the monkeynomics, and then we'll move the banana central and all of those towers down here. That way they're out of line of sight of the rest of our towers. We'll probably end up getting rid of all of these central markets and all of the monkey buccaneers. Probably when we have roughly like 15 million. That way I know we have enough money in order to fully invest all the money into our paragons. And speaking of paragons, so let's go ahead and buy ourselves all the ninja monkeys that we're going to need in order to get the ascended shadow. All right, so I definitely overspent on ninja monkeys, but I just wanted to like try to see like if we could get like a super high paragon degree if we sacrifice the max amount of money and we bought an absurd amount of ninja monkeys. And no, we still only got paragon degree 91, so I definitely need to figure out why we're only getting paragon degree 91. And also, I was thinking about it, guys. I'm not going to be going for the glaive dominus, and I'm definitely not going to be going for the ascended shadow. And along with that, I'm probably not going to go for the master builder either. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be keeping the triple XL trap, because the triple XL trap is like it does good on its own. So the last paragon that I'm going to end up getting is the Magnus Perfectus, because I mean the Magnus Perfectus is just 100% going to be worth it, right? So once our Archmage has that has those pops, we'll go ahead and start going for our Magnus Perfectus. And to be honest, I'm almost debating not going for the Magnus Perfectus because, I mean, let's just go ahead and take a look at the pops. So our Galactic ship has 126 million. Then our vengeful sungod currently has 97 million. But I also forgot to upgrade it up to super range and epic range. So now it's going to be a little bit more effective. It actually should have... Oh, dude, it almost has global range. That's ridiculous, dudes. Yeah, so this is definitely like the map made for the vengeful sungod, guys. And then, of course, another tower that we're going to have to grab. We're going to have to rebuy the Ascended Shadow. So let's go ahead. We'll buy ourselves the Ascended Shadow. Or not the Ascended Shadow, but the Grand Saboteur. Because the Grand Saboteur, he does percentage-based damage. So that's why I always go for the Grand Saboteur when I'm going to late game. And now, to be completely honest, because we're not going to be buying many more paragons, I'm going to go ahead and sell all of our farms that aren't the... Actually, we'll go ahead and sell this farm too. And then we'll just keep our monkeynomics, because our monkeynomics is like definitely going to be making us the most money because it's an ability-based tower. Then we'll keep the Moab domination. I'm just gonna move him a little bit. That way he's a little bit more centralized. And then we'll move the Moab domination over here. There we go. And then we'll place our Moab domination right here. And then let's also get rid of all of these monkey buccaneers. Because like I was saying, we really don't have a use for them anymore, and they'll just increase with the lag, right? There we go. And I think that's all the towers that we're gonna have for now. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these 2 towers because, like I was saying, I want to make sure I get rid of all of the towers that are like gonna risk causing us lag. And I think I got rid of all the towers that we have to worry about like causing us a little bit of lag. But speaking of that, but now that I say that, I actually do want to grab the heli pilot again, because the heli pilot is going to give us extra lives. So we'll go ahead and put our heli pilot up here, and then we'll go ahead and queue that back up to a tech bot, because our Zilly is taking away lives every time we activate her ability. So just to be on the safe side, I figured it would be a better idea just to go ahead and keep the heli pilot. That way we can make a couple of lives every time its ability activates. So a little bit of a status update. We're currently on round 245. We have the minimal amount of towers that we're going to need. I think we only have the Balloon Master Alchemist. We have the Grand Saboteur. I can actually probably get rid of the Moab Domination to like kind of reduce lag a little bit. We have our Alchemist over here. I'm actually going to be moving my Alchemist down a little bit further. We'll move it down here with all the things that we really don't like. We really don't need, right? So that just leaves our Navarch of the Seas. Of course, we have these 2 paragons here. I still have my Archmage. My Archmage is still collecting pops. And then we will be grabbing the Magnus Perfectus as well. And then we'll probably end up like putting our Magnus Perfectus right where this Wizard Monkey is, because that should give it enough area of effect, like affect this entire like left side of the map. Hopefully, at least that's the plan. And like I was saying, we are currently on round 250, and the balloons, the furthest they're making it is like right here in the center of the bottom pathway. And that's only the first section of the first lap. So the first half of the first lap. They still haven't even like made a complete lap yet. So we're still sitting good. We shouldn't have to worry too much about any of these balloons slipping too far past our defense. So our defense is absolutely, like, if we had to rank it on a scale of 1 to Chad, like, it's Chad, dude. 100%. Now, I'm curious, guys, like, what round do you guys think that this strategy can actually make it to? Like, we're still missing one of our paragons, but, like, how far do you guys think these towers can go? Because I'm not going to be buying any other towers, guys. Like, these are the only towers that I'm going to be buying until we end up losing. Like, my prediction is that we'll definitely be able to make it to at least, I want to say at least round 380. I want to say we make it to round 380 because based on how far these balloons are making it right now. All right, guys, here we are on round 278. Our towers are still doing pretty good. The bad balloons are making it all the way back up here and completing the first lap of this map. So now it's about time that we go ahead and buy ourselves our next paragon. So for our next paragon, we're obviously going to be going for the Magnus Perfectus. So let's go ahead and buy a bunch of wizard monkeys. And then we'll go ahead and just see what paragon degree. Like, even though we're like late game, I'm not banking too highly on getting a high paragon degree anymore. Like, the most I can hope for is like paragon degree like 90. Like, I almost wonder if they made it like a necessity to use Geraldo now to get those last 10 levels. If I would have known that we had to use Jerry to get those last 10 levels for all of our paragons, then I definitely would have used Jerry instead of Azili. Like, even though Azili is like a solid tower, like, the paragons I feel like would combine do a little bit more damage. But then again, Azili does do that percentage-based damage, so maybe Azili is the better choice. I actually have no idea. Like, I know if we went for like the Apex, then Azili would definitely have more pops at the end of the game than the Apex. But again, I'm not exactly sure, so that's why I need to do a little bit more research to see like what the best method for like getting paragon degree 100 is now. So for our Magnus Perfectus, here is the moment of truth, sacrificing the maximum amount of money, and paragon degree 91. So yeah, it has to be that we needed Jerry for those last 9 levels. But the question is, like, how many paragon totems do we need? Like, do we need 1? Do we need 2? Do we need like 9? Like 1 for each level? I'm not exactly sure, so that's why I said I have to do a little bit more research. You know, sitting here staring at this game, there's something about the Navarch of the Seas that I never realized. Did you guys know that these guns underneath the Navarch of the Seas actually move with the balloons? That's something that I never realized, and that's so cool. Like, the amount of detail that Ninja Kiwi put into these towers is nuts. Like, I wonder if there's like other small things about the paragons that I never like realized before. And you guys want to know what I just thought of? Like, with the Navarch of the Seas, like, because the captain of the Navarch of the Seas is like so old and has like the gray beard, and he's like the admiral of the fleet, like, does that mean that Brickle Pickle is the Navarch of the Seas captain's daughter? That's like some deep lore going on there, dude. I have no idea, but it almost looks like it, right? Like, I think in the OG skin, or not the OG skin, but the like ship skin, I think Brickle Pickle has a similar costume on. So I don't want to like spread any false rumors, but the Navarch of the Seas captain has to be Brickle Pickle's dad. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Or maybe not her dad, maybe her grandfather or something. And if that's the case, would that mean that the Pirate Lord is Brickle Pickle's dad that went off of the deep end and decided to become a rogue pirate instead of becoming a captain like the rest of the family? I don't know, dudes. Like, when you're playing the late game in Bloons, like, you just have a lot to think about, guys. All right, dude, so here we are on round 299. I went ahead and turned the FX on because I was like tired of just like staring at a blank screen. So this is what it would look like if we had all of the FX turned on. And there we have it, dudes. We have officially reached round 300. So guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, I didn't realize like this map would be that good, because the Bloons, they still are only making it like up here and they're just completing the first lap. Like, they haven't even like started the second lap yet, and our towers are still dealing with them. So that means they aren't even 1/6 of the way through the entire map. So that being said, I think my original statement of like 380 is going to be a little bit off. I honestly think that we'd be able to go to round 500. Maybe like round 40 or round 400 with the current strategy that we have. But anyways, guys, like I was saying, I think with just these few towers, we should definitely be able to make it to round 400. All right, dudes, a little bit of a status update here. So we are currently on round 351. So we're absolutely cruising along here. So it's kind of hard to like keep track of where the Bloons are. I think I need to turn my FX back off, and that way I can actually like keep track like how far the Bloons are making it. Because I think they're making it a little bit further than I think they are. Most of the Babylons, I think they're getting popped like down here. And then I believe this is the start of their second path. So we still have a ways to go before like we really have to start being worried about these Babylons. Because like I was saying, this one is just starting. It's, well, I just said just starting, but it just made it a little bit over halfway through the second pass. All right, so it looks like the reinforced Babylons will actually make it a little bit further than the normal Bads. So the reinforced Babylons will make it about, I want to say around a little less than 3/4 of the way through the second pass. So overall, not too bad, especially since we only have a couple of towers on the screens right now. So while we are waiting, I want you guys to like have a guess out of all of the towers that we have on the screen right now. So the Navarch of the Seas, the Grand Saboteur, the Bloon Master Alchemist, our Azili, the Max Perfectus, the Vengeful Sungod, and the True Sungod. Which tower is going to have the most pops out of all these towers? Oh, and I almost forgot about the triple XL trap too. All right, dude, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys back. We are currently on round 396. So this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, how good this map is for going late game. Like I was saying, we really don't have too many towers at all, and we're already almost on round 400. So the real question is, can our defense with only these few towers last until round 400? If we can, then if we actually like went through and we like min-maxed everything, then there is hands down no way that we wouldn't be able to make it till like round 1000, guys. This is well, actually round 1000 might be pushing it a little bit. But then again, I don't know unless we actually try. I think I'll have to like come back through and then like play this on a modded version of Bloons. That way we can like kind of like speed ahead through some parts, because right now we're on round 396, and if you guys can tell, like the game isn't lagging too bad, but we do have like those small stutters that like really take a little bit of time. So if we were to like try to go to round 1000, then it would get a little bit ridiculous, guys. So while we're finishing up these last couple of rounds, I think the tower that is going to have the most pops out of all the towers that we have is probably going to be, oh man, this is a really, really rough choice. I know the Navarch of the Seas is going to have an absolute ton of pops, but then again, so is the Grand Saboteur, and so is the Bloon Master Alchemist. So the question is, out of the towers that could do a percentage-based damage, which towers are going to have the most pops? Like, even Azili is going to have a ton of pops, too. So, man, this is so hard to, like, decide. Like, back in the day, I would have chosen the Bloon Master Alchemist, but, dude, like, I want to say the Navarch of the Seas, but I'm gonna have to try to go with the Bloon Master Alchemist here, guys. Like, the Bloon Master Alchemist, like, he's never let me down in the past, so he has to have almost the most pops, right? And now that we're, like, getting to this, like, super late game, it is so hard to, like, keep track of, like, where the balloons are. Like, I don't know what lap these bad balloons are on. Like, I think they may be on their 3rd lap, if I'm not mistaken. So this would be, like, the 4th lap. So that means they did like 2 full laps around the entire track. So, we only have 2 laps left until the bad balloons are gonna leave. So it's getting really, really, really close here. And the reason why our towers are struggling so much with popping these balloons is because these reinforced bad balloons, they like keep on coming like spaced out. So our vengeful sungod isn't able to get as much damage on these bad balloons as I would like him to. Like, I think I'm gonna have to start taking advantage of the Magnus Perfectus's ability a little bit, because this entire time, like, I haven't been using his ability at all. So I wonder if I threw the Magnus Perfectus's ability on a tech bot, if it would end up doing a little bit better. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, just to see if he can get a few more pops, at least enough to help us out to hit round 400. Because for this video, like, the whole goal of this was originally to make it till round 300, and then I got to round 300 and I'm like, you know what, let's just go ahead and try to push a little bit further, and let's try to make it to round 400 for a video. Now, with that being said, if this video manages to get 100 likes, I will play this map again and I will min-max a little bit better, and I'll try to push to see if we can make it to round 500 in vanilla BTD6. Now, just because I'm going to make a video going to round 500 in vanilla BTD6 doesn't mean we can't come back through in modded BTD6 where we have the round changer, and then we could go ahead and play around with a couple of modded towers on this map as well, because I think that would be another little fun thing to do as well. All right, dudes, so here we are on round 400, and look at all of those DDT balloons. That's crazy. But all right, dudes, so enough of that. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Now, we haven't beaten this challenge until we actually hit round 404 or 401. So while we're beating round 400, again, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, if you guys are new around here, don't forget to subscribe as well. Also, I haven't done this in any videos yet, but if you guys would like to support the channel a little bit more, please feel free to use my creator code H2KTitan in the BTD6 shop, because you guys know that will definitely help me out a ton. All right, dudes, so it looks like these are going to be the last few bad balloons that we have to deal with. And honestly, I have no idea which... okay, so it's this side that's in the lead. So I think they're on their 2nd pass. If this goes to the left, that means they're on their 3rd lap. If it goes to the left, of course. And it went to the left. So there are currently... or these reinforced bad balloons are currently on their 3rd path. And these ones should be on their 3rd path as well. So we're down to the last 2 bad balloons, the last 1 bad balloon, and... oh man, I meant to turn my auto start off. Oh no! Well, it looks like we're gonna end up beating round of 401 as well. And then after we beat round 401, we're gonna take a look at all of our towers to like see which towers had the most pops. Now, if you guys want to take a guess, let me know in the comments below, which tower do you guys think has the most pops out of the towers that we have on the screen right now? My guess is going to be the Bloon Master Alchemist. Now, I haven't taken a look at any of the towers yet, so I honestly have no idea which tower has the most pops. But I'm going to stick with my boy, the Bloon Master Alchemist, of course. And again, guys, I want to challenge you guys to see if we can get 100 likes on this video. Again, if we hit 100 likes, I will replay this map, and in the replayed version, I'll try to make it up to round 500 instead of stopping on round 400. And here's the last bad balloon on round 401. We've almost got it beaten, and there we go, dudes. We have officially beaten round 401 in vanilla BTD6. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the towers that I think are going to have the least amount of pops. So starting off, we're going to start off with the triple XL trap. 271 million pops. That's actually not a bad number at all for a normal tier 5 tower. And then moving on to the tower that I think is going to have the second least amount of pops. And I think the, actually, let's just do the tier 4 temple. Oh, so the triple XL trap actually beat out on the Sun Temple. And the funny thing is I did ultra boost this tower. So the fact that it only got 143 million pops and it was outperformed by a tier 5 triple XL trap that I didn't ultra boost, that's actually kind of nuts. And then which tower do I think is going to have the second least amount? I'm going to guess that out of the Ascended Shadow as well as the Magnus Perfectus, I think the Magnus Perfectus is going to have the least amount out of these two paragons. So 584 million for the Magnus Perfectus. Now, it could have had way more if I would have been using the abilities the entire time, but I wasn't using the ability, so it kind of got cheated for the pop count. Now, for the Ascended Shadow, 1,823 million pops. That's actually kind of crazy for a Paragon Degree 91 Paragon. Not too bad at all, dudes. Now, for the 4 big boys. So I already know that Azili, the Vengeful Sungod, the Grand Saboteur, as well as the Bloon Master Alchemist are going to have the most pop. So the first thing I'm going to check is I'm going to check the tower that I guessed, the Bloon Master Alchemist. So on round 401, the Bloon Master Alchemist ended with a cool 4,066,000,000 pops. Not too bad at all, dudes. Not too bad at all. So that was my guess. So my Bloon Master Alchemist had 4 billion pops. Now let's check out the Grand Saboteur. So the Grand Saboteur, again, it did not do too bad. It's at 2 billion pops, but of course, the Bloon Master Alchemist ended up getting twice as many pops as the Grand Saboteur. And then let's go ahead and check out my girl, Azili. Holy moly, dudes! Okay, so it looks like we already have a new winner for the most pops so far. So Azili on round 401 has 6.4 billion pops, guys. That's actually kind of crazy. I was actually expecting Azili to have somewhere in between like the Grand Saboteur and the Bloon Master Alchemist. I wasn't expecting her to have that many pops. Now, of course, moving on to the 2 big boys, I'm going to save the Navarch of the Seas for last because something's telling me that it's going to do a little bit better than I initially thought it would. Now, for the Vengeful Sungod, the Vengeful Sungod has 2.4 billion pops. Okay, so it definitely didn't do as well as I thought it would, but that's still not a bad pop count. 2.4 billion pops. That's actually pretty good. And now moving on to the Navarch of the Seas, which I'm sure a majority of you guys may have chosen. Let's see how many pops the Navarch of the Sea has. So 4,323,000,000. So the Navarch of the Seas barely managed to outperform the Bloon Master Alchemist. To be honest, like, I honestly thought the Navarch of the Seas was going to come in a close first. And the Bloon Master Alchemist may have been a little bit behind. But Azili coming in first place, this is something that I did not expect. That's actually kind of nuts. But again, dudes, that's going to do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that like button. And I'll see you dudes in the next one.